Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beginner PPC Masterclass series. I am Andy Craig, the founder of AdHabit, an Amazon advertising agency helping brands to grow their revenue and profits on Amazon. Today we're getting deep into the nitty-gritty of how to climb to the top of Amazon search results. In video 8 of this series, we're diving deeper into the art of ranking on your top keywords. Whether you're a startup or you've been in the game for a little while, understanding how to track and improve your organic rank is key to your success on Amazon. So let's get started and unlock the secrets of keyword ranking. Now, if you haven't watched the previous videos of the series, after this video, go back and watch some of those. There is some solid information in those other videos. All right, the first thing I want to dive deep into in this video is which keywords should we rank on? What I want to do is I want to start directly with the data that you already have. So we're going to get into Campaign Manager. We're going to go down to this targeting tab here and dive in and look at some information. Now, there's a couple different ways you can look at this. What I'm going to cover in this video is keywords that have orders, right? So you could run some filters here. I'm going to go filter by orders. For this brand, I'm going to go orders greater than 6 because they're a bigger brand. They get a lot of orders coming in. But if you're new, you maybe want to do orders greater than 3, orders greater than 4, maybe even higher than that, orders greater than 20 to really get a narrowed down list. Now, the bad thing about Amazon here is they're not going to give us search volumes. So we have to look at the impressions on these keywords to really get a feel on how big they are and whether it's worth ranking for. But you also already have done your keyword research. You know what the search volumes are. So you can take a look at those keywords to decide if they are important to you. But what I want to do is scroll over to these tab here. We have conversion rates and ACoS. I want to fit them both in here. So you can see the conversion rate right here, right? That is one of the most important aspects of keyword ranking. We want good conversion rate. We want a good click-through rate. ACoS is important for profitability reasons, but Amazon doesn't care if you're profitable. They care if you're converting well, okay? So if you don't see conversion rate, if you don't see ACoS, if you don't see click-through rate, top of search impression share, go into this columns, go ahead and customize the columns to add those other features in here. Now, what I'm going to be looking for is where am I getting a good amount of orders? Where am I converting really well, right? And if it's a high search volume keyword that you're not getting a lot of clicks on, you may have to just increase your bids to drive more traffic to those. But let's start going through, right? You can't see the keywords over here, but if you could, we could see some very high conversion rates. Now, some of these keywords are branded keywords, people looking for that specific brand name. Other ones are more category keywords that we really want to rank for. Now, the key here is we want to combine this data with our organic rank tracking, which we'll get into next. But we can start to see where am I converting really well? What is my top of search impression share is an important one here. So you can see this one, very high conversion rate, very low top of search impression share. So if this is a keyword I want to rank for, like this one here, maybe pushing more on the top of search modifiers can help a lot with that. And when I say pushing on the top of search modifiers, on your campaign settings in each one of your campaigns, we have top of search, rest of search, and product pages, which are those 3 modifiers to push ad spend towards your best performing placement. Now, top of search is going to help you a ton with organic ranking. So if you have a low top of search impression share and you're showing up way more in product pages, way more in rest of search, start utilizing that top of search modifier to push top of search impression share. Now, I've said that a bunch of times, but one of the most important things with this is start gathering your data, right? Look at this weekly, right? Right now I'm looking at the last 30 days, but you want to look at these things weekly, start to write down the data. What we like to do in my team is we have a spreadsheet dedicated towards ranking, right? So we'll track all the most important data. We're going to look at our conversion rate, our click-through rate, our top of search impression share, what our bid was, how many impressions did we get, what orders came through it, right? So we're going to be able to combine all the data that we're going to cover in the rest of this video today. We're going to go over keyword ranking. We're going to go over keyword ranking. We're going to go over keyword rank tracking. We're going to look at keyword research, click-through rate optimization, conversion rate optimization, and all the different tools that we like to use in my agency to do this for our clients. All right. So once you kind of come through, you get a list of your top converting keywords that you really want to rank on, right? Then we're going to start to figure out how are we going to track this organic rank. So the next thing I want to jump into is tracking that organic rank with my best converting keywords, my highest click-through rate keywords, and then we're going to jump into some of that rank tracking. Now, what I want to do also is show you a tool that I really like to use that we use in our agency to track a lot of this stuff. This is called Scale Insights, right? This is an old demo account, so the new dashboard looks a little bit different, but this is just like your Amazon targeting tab, except it has some extra features in here, right? Instead of, writing each one of these things down, tracking them in a spreadsheet, I can find some of my best converting keywords and see how it's performed over time. right? And we could compare it with some of our results from our rank tracker and figure out, okay, let's say if I want to look over the past 30 days, one day at a time, right? Obviously there's some old dates in there, but then I could see, okay, how have we performed every day? Have we been consistent with impressions? Now they do have a top of search impression share in here, so you could track that as well. Like I said, this is an old demo account, and we could figure out where the orders are coming from. What is the CPC, that cost per click, that's required to bring in the most orders, right? And it's great to track this over time, and it helps you figure out, am I pushing hard enough on this keyword? Am I getting the orders? If I see a drop off in orders, I can quickly figure out why that is also, right? Because all the data is here in one sheet, and I can see it over time. To do this on Amazon, you're gonna need to download a ton of reports, switch between different date ranges, but here it gives you daily performance at a couple clicks, which is amazing. I highly recommend the tool. There is a link in the description below if you want to check it out with a 30-day free trial. The next thing I'm going to jump into is one of my favorite tools, Data Dive. This is where we're going to do deep keyword research across all of our products, all of our different competitors, and we can see the search volume of those keywords. We can see the suggested bids, and we can see our current organic rank and our competitors' current organic rank, how relevant the keywords. So if you are at the beginner stage, go back and watch a couple of the videos before where we go deeper into keyword research and how to get those best keywords to launch your product on. But here we're going to be able to see what are some of those most important keywords. You can hand pick from here which ones you want to try to rank on and start creating those ranking campaigns. Now, when I'm creating ranking campaigns, I like to do single keyword campaigns because that gives you the most amount of control that you could have. You could have one campaign with one ad group and one keyword in it. That way you can control the bid, you can control your placements, you can control the budget, all on a very important keyword. Like you see some of these like 15,000 search volume, right? I want to have as much control as possible if it's a very highly relevant keyword to my product. That way, not all the data between tons of other keywords are being mixed, because this might perform better than other keywords that may not be as relevant and may not be converting quite as well. Now, when it comes to tracking organic rank, Data Dive is a really good tool for that, right? We can come in here, we can click on Rank Radar, and that gives you a really nice dashboard. And this is something that we used to do manually in spreadsheets, but now tools like Data Dive have come up with a really nice dashboard to track that organic ranking. So one of the things I love about the Rank Radar is we could, put all of our keywords in here manually and start tracking that organic rank. And one of the other best things about it is it's also going to show us if we have this keyword in exact and broad and phrase. We could actually tag each one of the keywords. Like if we want to tag it for ranking, if we want to tag it for certain things, we can create those tags so we could run filters and easily check on how our performance is. You could, move the date range around. You could see what your impression share is on the keyword, your impression rank that's going to come through brand analytics, and obviously all the PPC data on that keyword. Now, here's where it really shines, right? This is that organic rank tracking. You can see up here, we're clicked on organic, and it's going to track our, over here, scroll all the way left to the most recent day, right? We can see how we're performing, compare that with our PPC data, using tools like Amazon or using tools like Scale Insights to track it day over day. Now, like I said, we pull all these numbers out, put these into spreadsheets so we could look week over week, what was our performance, what was our organic ranking, and make a data-backed decision on what we need to do to hit those ranking goals that we're trying to hit for our brands and our clients' brands. So as you can see here, it gives you a really nice color-coded dashboard so you can track all your most important keywords from the day you set it up. And you can see some of them perform better and better over time. And you can see this one right here. This is one that we've been working on for quite a while. We were at like page 2. Now we've been able to get our way all the way to the top of page 1, increasing the market share for this brand on Amazon and driving a lot more organic orders for the products. Now, if you don't have Data Dive, another great tool for this is what we used to use all the time, is the Helium 10 Rank Tracker. Now, it doesn't give you that nice dashboard showing day over day, but it does give you some trend data. So you could open up a trend chart and see how you've been performing over time. But for me, I prefer a table much better than a line chart like this one. But you can also export this into a spreadsheet, run some quick pivot tables to give you the same sort of result. But I like it done for us. I like to save time. That way we could focus on driving the results instead of, making a bunch of different spreadsheets. And if you're unfamiliar with the tool, go into your tools, go into over here, your keyword tracker, and that's how you go ahead and set that up. Add as many keywords as you want into the tool, and you can track them, see the suggested bid, look at your organic versus your sponsored rank. Right, the sponsor rank is going to show you how often, what ad placement you're showing up on the page on Amazon, and just another really great tool to track your keyword ranking. And our next tool here is going to be called Data Rova. This is one that we've been using for quite some time. This is going to do a lot of the same things as Data Dive, to where we get this really nice chart. It doesn't connect into our Amazon account, so I do myself prefer Data Dive for those features, but some of my team members prefer to use Data Rovo for this kind of stuff. Now, I prefer Data Dive because it, links into Amazon's API, pulls in all of your keywords, what match types they're using, all the PPC data, and I could compare that with my organic rank, to where this tool, just shows the organic rank and some keyword trends. And there's some other columns you could bring into here, but I much prefer Data Dive myself. But another great tool. This one is a bit cheaper. All right. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. It does the same thing, tracks that organic rank, and you could export it into different reports, run pivot tables, whatever you want to do. One other quick thing that I skimmed over for the keyword tracking, one thing that Helium 10 does give you is they give you this CPR, which shows you the number of units that need to be sold over an 8-day period to rank. I believe it's on like the top 20 on page 1. So you can see what kind of orders you need to be getting. Now, this is a very important feature as well. And one thing that we like to do with this CPR is kind of reverse engineering. If we know this is how many units we need over a certain period of time, we could figure out what our cost per click is on that keyword, what cost per click we need to rank, and look at what our conversion rate is and kind of backtrack that, say this is the amount we need to spend on this keyword with all the data that we currently have to get that ranking, right? So remember, you could reverse engineer that. If you need any further instructions here, put it in the comments below. I'll give you the exact formula that we use to track what our budget needs to be to rank on certain keywords. And I talked about how important conversion rate is, but sales velocity is that number 2 thing. We need a high conversion rate and high sales velocity, and that's where that CPR comes in. And now that we covered, the keyword tracking, which keywords we want to track, which keywords do we want to rank, single keyword campaigns. Now what I want to get to is maybe you're not ready to rank yet. Maybe your conversion rate isn't high enough. You have a super high ACoS. Now we're going to get into other ways to optimize for that. How do we increase our conversion rate? How do we increase our click-through rate so our listing is ready to rank? So the first thing I want to hit is some of those main features on your listing. I've brought up this example a few times. This brand, Alpha Grillers, does a great job building listings. Their images are really good, right? So that title is going to play an impact. You want to have that main keyword right at the beginning of your title. We see Alpha Grillers, garlic press stainless steel, right? That is that main keyword that they're trying to go with. They're saying premium. They put the right keywords in there. It's easily readable. And then they have that really nice main image. The main image, the title, those are both going to have a big impact on your click-through rate and your conversion rate. So you can see they're utilizing your packaging, right? One of the things that Amazon says is you need to have only the product in a white background and your main image, but your product and your packaging can both be in there. So they utilize this packaging to put really nice thick letters. I can see professional garlic press and peeler set. They have good branding. The red really stands out. The Alpha Grillers is in there, and very high quality 3D renderings of their products, right? It looks like a premium high quality garlic press, right? And the price point seems very competitive with the rest of the niche. If we jump back into here, we can kind of see, okay, $10, $7, $15. For me, 10, an extra $5, I'm okay to spend the money if it does look like a much better, more premium product, and their product does compared to some of their competitors. All right, so getting back into here, all that stuff really matters. The next thing that it's going to be is it's going to be your reviews. Now it's going to be very hard to compete against competitors in your niche if they have, thousands and thousands more reviews than you do. Maybe there's 14,000 and you just have 50, right? The only way to combat that is to combat it with high reviews, right? You need 5 stars and a consistent 5-star reviews coming in. If you're a higher price point or the same price point, they have 14,000 reviews at 4.5 stars and you have 4 stars, it's going to be very hard to compete against them. So you need to focus on having the best reviews. Now, how do you do that? How do you get good reviews? You could start off running the Vine program that averages with a 4.2 star rating, right? So you need to figure out some way to get some more external traffic in there to get those consistent 5-star reviews coming in. Develop a plan, make sure you have a stream of those 5-star reviews coming in, and that's how you're going to compete against that competition with the click-through rate and conversion rate when it comes to reviews, right? Develop a strategy for it. All right. Outside of the reviews, outside of, the main image, the title, we have the price point. Now you can only control that for so much. In the beginning, you might want to keep the price point down, but over time, it is my recommendation to test it, continue to raise the price, see what happens with your conversion rate, see what happens with your click-through rate, but most importantly, how does your profitability show? Yes, your price point's lower, you get less margins, but Does that increase in sales velocity give you more organic ranking and allow you to have more profits because you're selling a lot more units? Maybe. At AdHabit, we're all about testing it. So test everything. Test the main image, test the title, test the price point, and see what gives you the best results at the end of the day. And now once we get into your listing, there's going to be some other factors. People love looking at images. So I think the main image, your secondary images up top here are going to be one of the most important things that you want to master. While the A+ content, which we're going to get into in a minute, is very important, people may not scroll down that far. A lot of times they're going to make their buyer decision right up here, decide to add to cart, buy now, or leave and go look at something else, right? And you can see this brand has very high quality images. You can see they give a lot of depth to it. They have a mixture of lifestyle images with infographics, and you can see how deep they get into it, right? The garlic press in the hand is kind of set forward. You got the icons almost behind it. You got the perfectly pressed garlic every time, right? And it's behind it. It gives a lot of depth to the image, which gives a higher perceived value here, right? We got dishwasher safe, 304 stainless steel, BPA free, and we're very consistent with the branding, and then very premium image of the garlic on the counter in the background, right? This is a perfect image in my opinion. They do an amazing job of it. And you can see here with the next image, once again, they do a great job. They talk about the product, the premium, they have some social proof there, and they give some depth of image here, professional quality in big thick letters, so I know exactly what they're trying to show me in this image. As I jump to the next one, great high quality. They show the cloves, really nice cloves of garlic. They have their branding. They have the multi-clove chamber here, and they even went as far as putting a reflection of the keywords in the side of the product and the reflection of what's on the table. Amazing work, Alpha Grillers. If you ever watch my videos, let's work together. All right, jump to the next one. We got crush in seconds, another great thing that's important to people, right? The reason they're buying this is to crush their garlic, and it does that, and it shows you that it does that, right? They talk about being a gift set. They have 6 videos in here, which is great. They filled out their bullet points. They filled out their title. They're actually missing a few bullet points, so I would probably add more for SEO, for search engine optimization purposes. But as I keep scrolling down, I can see, they do mess with their price point a little bit. They're running lightning deals. They're doing different things to get the sales that they're trying to get. All right, so if you haven't run lightning deals, if you haven't experimented with price, do it and measure your results. All right, track your BSR. Make sure when you're developing that rank tracking on a weekly basis, you're looking at your rank, you're looking at your data, also add BSR into that, because your bestseller rank, you want to keep that down, right? If your bestseller rank starts to go up, that means you're losing sales velocity, you're losing ranking, so keep a close eye on that. And as we scroll down, we got this really nice brand story. They talk about Alpha Grillers. I got the same branding, the same thick lettering. We got a lot of social proof to see where they're featured in other magazines and different blogs or whatever some of this stuff is. We got a link to the storefront. We're able to look at their brand story, all this other stuff. Really great job. Now, the one thing Alpha Grillers doesn't do a great job of, I don't think, is their A+ content, because I recommend to do premium A+ content. While they're very consistent with their branding, their font, everything, I think they could do a little bit better of a job. I love using the comparison chart in the bottom here. They have a lot of videos of their product from user-generated content in here, which is really good. So great job there. Obviously, the reviews are amazing, but let's jump to another example here where I want to show you what they do and what their premium A+ content looks like. So we got Nero gum here. We can see really nice main image. You can see that gum 6-pack in really big letters. So as people are scrolling through search results, they could easily read that. They can click on it. They know exactly what it's for. I see this is gum. It's for energy and focus. It's a 6-pack of 9 pieces per pack. And I could see this nice mint here that shows me what flavor it is. All right. You can see secondary images, mixture of lifestyle and infographics. I got the supplement facts, 0 sugar, B vitamins, all this other stuff, which is great. Nice lifestyle and infographic again. And they got 6 videos in here as well. So amazing work for them. What I really want to show you is their premium A+ content. Really nice brand story that scrolls, and it's almost like a landing page for their listing, right? Really premium. It's a lot thicker, and it's one smooth transition all the way down. Just gives a really premium look of the product. If you can do it, add premium A+ content to your listing. I do believe it does give a conversion rate bump, right? I don't think it has as much of an impact as the main images up here, but it does do a lot, all right? And I've seen a lot of brands where they have amazing A+ content, but then their images up top aren't very good. Make everything good. Make the branding, the colors, the font very consistent across your entire listing to have a nice landing page for people on Amazon. All right, so we went over conversion rate optimization and a little bit into click-through rate optimization. But part of that is going to be, how does your image look compared to the competition? Like I said, you've seen Alpha Grillers. They do a very good job of using their packaging to really explain people what they want to buy, exactly what they're looking for. And just the red and all the colors jumping out just makes you want to click on it a little bit more outside of some competition, right? Like this one, great product. It looks fine. But if it had just a postcard like they do with this grill brush, it would make me want to click on it a little bit more, right? This thermometer does not look quite as nice as their thermometer, right? Their thermometer, it feels like it comes with a lot more stuff when it's just really a digital thermometer, all right? And you can see they do a good job with the claws here, good job with their other packs. So use this as an example and develop this. You could even put a postcard with instructions here. You put a bow on it. Now, if Amazon denies the image, change it a little bit, move some stuff around, and resubmit it, right? Some of the stuff can be against terms of service, but if you put it right into your image, you can get it through the system. All right, so let's jump over to some other examples. So you can see this brand here, this kids journal, right? They put this nice sticker. They put kids journal in big letters, age 6 through 12. So not only are they, telling me what age if I'm looking for 6 through 12, but if this product is really supposed to go towards ages 6 through 12, I'm preventing clicks from people looking for, maybe toddler journals or teenage journals, right? I'm getting my exact audience. Now, this is going to prevent, a lot of people clicking on it that really didn't want to buy it. So it's going to fix that. It's also going to fix returns, people returning, getting refunds because this isn't the product that they actually wanted, right? Because sometimes people might type in kids journal, ages 3, and then my product is going to show up. They're going to buy it, then they're going to return it. Now that is something that we don't want. So utilizing their main image, utilizing stickers like that really help to jump off the page. And you can see some examples here. These are bamboo cutting boards, right? This is obviously not packaged this way. When somebody gets the product, there's no way it's going to show up exactly like this, but they're using this kind of packaging to display a lot of information. I know it's organic bamboo cutting boards. I know it's a 3-piece. I know it's a lifetime warranty. That makes me want to click on this one versus some of these other ones, even if it's priced a little bit higher, because it shows lifetime warranty. All right. You can see a lot of other brands have adapted some of the same stuff, the cutting board, the different sets. They're using this to get that click-through rate, to get that conversion rate, using things like bows around Christmas time and different periods to increase that click-through rate. So develop a lot of different main images. If yours are extra large, put extra large in there and see how it affects the click-through rate. All right. Now, another brand here, Jocko, does a great job, and I've seen a lot of different brands do this. Now, you can see, obviously, that 22 grams per serving isn't like that on their bottle. It might be on their bottle, but it's not that big. It doesn't kind of go over the edge of the bottle. Stuff like this works great for supplement products that all you have is your bottle, right? Use different ways to kind of stand out. Put the fruit in the bottom corner. Put the different flavors. If you're selling coffee bags, put beans surrounding the bottom. Find a way to stand out and measure how it affects your performance. Now, there's a couple other things I wanted to go over before we close things out, right? If you are a brand registered seller on Amazon, make sure you're utilizing your search query performance report. If you go into brand analytics, go to search query performance, you can get a really nice dashboard here. You can track your share of the impressions, your share of the clicks, your share of cart ads, and your share of purchases. So as you're pushing these ranking campaigns, you could look weekly, you could look monthly, you could look quarterly, and see how your market share on Amazon is affected over time on these different keywords. Because if you're spending more money, if you're increasing organic rank, you should see market share go up. And this is a really good metric to keep an eye on. All right. So add this with your spreadsheet where you're tracking all the data and look weekly at market share. See how it increases or decreases over time. So a couple other closing thoughts before we end this today. Make sure you are Prime. If you're not a Prime product, that's going to affect your conversion rate and click-through rate as well. And if you've done a lot of this stuff, you have high top of search impression share, you're showing up, you're getting good organic ranking, the next step would be to start driving external traffic to Amazon. Some of the best brands I work with have a low BSR and high ranking just because they drive a ton of external traffic. They do a lot of social media, they do Facebook ads, they do Google ads, they do tons of other stuff that drives people to look for their products directly on Amazon, right? If people are searching for your brand name, you're automatically going to have a lower BSR because you not only are utilizing Amazon's audience, Amazon search volume on keywords, but you're creating additional demand on Amazon, and that is something they love. Okay, so if you've done a lot of this stuff, don't just build a brand on Amazon, build an entire brand. Do everything outside. Get a Shopify site, get the social media, start to create YouTube channels, start to create YouTube videos, start to do all the other aspects of growing a brand, right? And you don't have to do this all in the beginning, but as you grow, start to implement some of these other strategies and build a brand that people are coming to Amazon specifically to buy. So I hope you found this helpful today. Thanks for tuning in to today's masterclass on ranking with keywords. Remember, the tools and tips we discuss are your best friends in understanding and improving your position in search results. Don't forget to practice what we've learned and keep tracking those numbers. If you love this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming lessons. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. I'm here to help. Until next time, keep climbing the keyword mountain. I'll see you at the top.